It's been a truly incredible year for television, not just with the continued rise of streaming services, which create a plethora of creative opportunities in Hollywood, but also with the pandemic. We've been home to watch a lot of it, almost all of it. So I think we're more invested in the TV nominations than ever. So this year, for the very first time, as the Golden Globe nominations have been announced, and I always play who should win, who will win for the film categories, we're going to do a TV edition right now. These noms are a lot better than the film categories, but there are still some snubs to get annoyed about. And I think the continued disrespect towards comic book content from the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is maddening. Watchmen was totally shut out last year. And this year, I saw some people, some of the trades thought that maybe The Boys had a shot at getting nominated. But of course, nothing. Nothing for Doom Patrol, nothing for Harley Quinn, the animated series, which is so groundbreaking. And you might be like, but wait a minute, Grace, for Best TV Series Drama, Lovecraft Country and The Mandalorian are competing, but that's it. That's the only nomination each show has. They don't have a single acting nomination, which I think is particularly offensive for Lovecraft Country, that it didn't get any acting noms. Whoa. All right, so anyway, as I said, there's still some stuff to get annoyed about, but there's some really cool stuff that's been nominated as well. So I'm going to play who will win, who should win, and feel free to play along down below yourself. So again, Best TV Series Drama, you've got The Crown, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, Ozark, and then Ratched. Oh, Ryan Murphy must be really close to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association because Prom did really well too. Ratched was a big hit for Netflix. A lot of people enjoyed that show. I did not. Very poorly reviewed, but it seems to be a guilty pleasure for many, including, again, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. I think that Ozark should win and will win. It's the first time it's ever been nominated for series. It's always Jason Bateman, as you're going to see, is on his third nomination for Best Dramatic Actor. But to see Ozark in this category, it's such a phenomenal show. I would give it to Ozark, quite frankly. And I think that, I really loved The Mandalorian, but I just don't, there's no, it would be nice for The Mandalorian to get it too. And I know I had some problems with Lovecraft Country after that first phenomenal episode. But I know a lot of you like that as well. But the fact that both those shows have no other nominations is just like, it's just a pipe dream that they would win. So I think that I would go with Ozark, and I think that it has a very good shot at winning. But I think there could be an upset from Ratched, because again, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association just loves Ryan Murphy, and Ratched has other nominations. So that means, it has a little bit better chance. Best Actress Drama, Olivia Colman for The Crown, Jodie Comer for Killing Eve, Emma Corrin for The Crown, Laura Linney for Ozark, and Sarah Paulson for Ratched. I think Laura Linney should get it. She's phenomenal on that show. It's her first time being nominated for a Golden Globe for acting on it. And I think that, it's great to, I think everybody contributes to that show, not just Jason Bateman. So I would like to see her win it. But I think it's actually going to be between Emma Corrin for The Crown. Hollywood Foreign Press Association loves that stuff, just eats it up like with a spoon. It's an ingenue, it's The Crown, it's Princess Diana. I think she has a very strong shot at actually taking it. Although Sarah Paulson could also do an upset because her performance, I think, was very flashy. And I think if the Hollywood Foreign Press Association likes Ratched, which they clearly do, I think that there's therefore an argument to give it to Sarah Paulson, who I adore normally. I think she's fantastic. Best Actor Drama, Jason Bateman. Again, his third nomination in this category. He's never won. Josh O'Connor for The Crown, Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul, Al Pacino for Hunters, and Matthew Rhys for Perry Mason. I love Matthew Rhys. I don't think he has a shot in hell of winning this, but I'm just so happy to see him get recognition. I wish that he worked more. I think he's a phenomenal actor. Somebody, Marvel, DC, pick that guy up. All right, so who do I think will win? Well, let's start with should. I have to say, I'd actually go with Josh O'Connor. I'm a massive Jason Bateman fan on Ozark. So maybe I'll do him. Maybe, I have them both down to split who will win. But I love Marty Byrde is such a phenomenal character. I think he's the new Walter White. So I get frustrated that Jason Bateman, I don't think, has the same level of recognition that Bryan Cranston did during his run. So I'm going to say both of them should win, and maybe it's going to be between the two of them to who will win. But Josh O'Connor's performance as Prince Charles, that was a difficult role to play, and he did just a fantastic job. I thought he really almost stole this season of The Crown, as well as another actress who we'll be getting to shortly. All right, best TV series, musical or comedy. They split this just like they do the film categories. They actually have 3 categories for TV for the Golden Globes. Limited series. You cheats. All right, so best TV series, musical or comedy. Emily in Paris. Everyone hated that. I can't believe it has so many nominations here. Emily in Paris, The Flight Attendant. Isn't that great? The Great, Schitt's Creek, and then Ted Lasso. Apple TV! I'm so happy for Ted Lasso. That's just such a great show. This is like so great for it to put it on the map. It's just, it deserves this. Everyone should be talking about Ted Lasso. This is a phenomenal category, except for Emily in Paris. But wow, I think Schitt's Creek, there's a very good chance it'll sweep here just like it did the Emmys earlier. So I think it will win. But I really honestly feel, I love The Flight Attendant, but I don't know if it's good enough to win, quite frankly. But I think that The Great and Ted Lasso are such good shows. It's a shame that they can't win this year because it's probably going to go to Schitt's Creek. But I'm so happy they're both nominated. Best Actress, Musical or Comedy. Lily Collins, Emily in Paris. Kaylee Cuoco for The Flight Attendant. Elle Fanning for The Great. Jane Levy for Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. And Catherine O'Hara for Schitt's Creek. I think she's going to take it. I think she will win it. But in terms of who should, not only do I want Catherine O'Hara to get it, but I really feel that Elle Fanning really kind of deserves it. And I think Kaylee Cuoco, even though I don't think the show itself is really worth winning, I think that Kaylee Cuoco carries that whole thing, and she did a great job. I'm so happy that she's nominated. So I do think Catherine O'Hara will take it, and but I think that those two really, if they won, I'd be happy. Best Actor, Musical or Comedy. Don Cheadle for Black Monday. Nicholas Hoult for The Great. Eugene Levy for Schitt's Creek. Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso. Oh, he's great. And then Rami Youssef for Rami. I don't think Rami's going to win because he just won last year. So it's great to see him nominated again. Now, as to who will win, you would think, would Schitt's Creek dominate here again? I don't think so. I think that Eugene Levy is the weakest link on Schitt's Creek because he's basically just playing himself. I think that Nicholas Hoult is so good on The Great. Touche, he's so good. And then also Jason Sudeikis is so good on Ted Lasso. I think it really should be down between the two of them. And I think Nicholas Holt's going to take it. That performance is incredible. Best Limited Series, Normal People on Hulu, The Queen's Gambit, Small Axe, The Undoing, and Unorthodox. Oh, this is a tough category. I think Queen's Gambit should take it, but I don't think it's going to be an easy win here. I think there's a very good chance that it will be The Queen's Gambit, but also Small Axe. That's not only Steve McQueen, but John Boyega. This is the kind of revenge that you want, Ray Fisher, to go on it. And this is huge for John Boyega that this show has been nominated like this. He's gotten a nomination too, as you'll see a little later on. But that's really a big deal. And then also Unorthodox is a tremendous series. It's so good, also from Netflix. Unorthodox is very strong. And because it has such strong religious commentary, it could overtake The Queen's Gambit, to be honest with you. Best Actress Limited Series. Cate Blanchett for Mrs. America. She was very good on that show, but she was just doing Cate Blanchett, and I think there were better performances there. That was a great show, limited series. I wish it had more nominations than this one. But the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is such a sucker for celebrities. All right, Daisy Edgar Jones for Normal People, Shira Haas for Unorthodox, Nicole Kidman for The Undoing. I think that could have gone to somebody else. She's great, but I don't think she's, doing anything worth nominating. And then Anya Taylor-Joy for The Queen's Gambit, who, of course, did like a career-defining performance. I think this will be between Anya Taylor-Joy and Shira Haas. And I have to say, I agree with that. I think both should win, and both will be between the two of them for who will win. Shira Haas, don't underestimate her. That was a very strong performance. Best Actor Limited Series. Bryan Cranston for Your Honor. What? Jeff Daniels for The Comey Rule. I recently watched The Comey Rule. It's really strong. And I think it's very fair to everybody that's involved. I think that was a great limited series. So I'm glad to see it nominated. I don't think it's going to take anything, but I'm glad to see it nominated. Hugh Grant for The Undoing. Ethan Hawke for The Good Lord Bird. And Mark Ruffalo for I Know This Much Is True. Playing twins. I think that Hugh Grant's gonna slam dunk this, and he deserves to. He just did such a good job, and it was such a risky role for him to take. I love risk-taking Hugh Grant at this stage of his career. It's so cool, and he totally, I think, not only deserves it, but will take this. Best Supporting Actress. Now, this is for all television. Drama, comedy, or limited series. Gillian Anderson for The Crown. I feel bad for everybody else in this category. Helena Bonham Carter for The Crown as well. Julia Garner for Ozark. She's already won a bunch. Annie Murphy for Schitt's Creek. Sorry, Annie Murphy. I know Schitt's Creek's probably going to be on a roll, but is it strong enough to defeat Gillian Anderson as Margaret Thatcher? I don't think so. And then Cynthia Nixon for Ratched. That performance was, again, just her being Cynthia Nixon. I think it's going to be Gillian Anderson. No contest. This is as much a slam dunk as Hugh Grant over in the other and Best Actor, for sure. Gillian Anderson did an incredible job. Then finally, they don't have any craft categories at the Golden Globes, or directing, or writing. They just care about the actors for TV. It's so bad. It's so mean. All right, so Best Supporting Actor in anything on television. John Boyega for Small Axe. That's huge for him. This is really big. It's a lifeline for getting his career moving forward. So I'm very happy for him. Brendan Gleeson for The Comey Rule. Daniel Levy for Schitt's Creek. Jim Parsons for Hollywood. His role was very offensive, but I think he did a great job with it. And then Donald Sutherland for The Undoing. That's ridiculous. He just had his crazy eyebrows acting. I mean, Donald Sutherland played the exact same role over on Trust about the Getty kidnapping. So what? I think that Dan Levy is going to take this. He is the mastermind behind Schitt's Creek. As you can see, there are no directing or writing awards. So this is his only chance to win, although I believe he would also get for Best Series as well as a producer. But I think he deserves it. He's like so fantastic. So I think he should get it. But you know what? Brendan Gleeson was very good in The Comey Rule playing Donald Trump. He didn't do it as a caricature. He took the role very seriously, and I think he did an amazing job. So I think that for me, it's between Brendan Gleeson and Daniel Levy, but I think Daniel Levy's got it. So those are the TV nominations for the Golden Globes. What do you think? Who are you rooting for? Who was snubbed? And are you excited to see the telecast? Share your thoughts down below. Check out the film, nomination video as well. Subscribe today. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos, including that Golden Globes film nomination one right now.